So we are here with Tier 0 Games team, not the A team or the B team.
Salad checks.
And what did you do this weekend, Zeki?
This is my top 32 YCS Ghent profile with salad.
Salad.
Great.
Salad. We just
Yes.
lost so many views of you saying that right there. That is half the audience gone. For anyone that remained.
For any pendulum,
Even Chen's disappointed sitting there in the corner.
for any pendulum magicians, decks good, but hand traps up, and multiple hand traps especially. So we played salad.
Cool. Right.
So let's
show
get
what
into
you've done.
profile. So for the first thing, we mained 3 Nimbirus. This is mainly for pure Orcus, because every time we sided it in, when we drew it against pure Orcus, it was like single-handedly with the best card. It felt so secure. Pure Fundo as well, but maybe going forwards because of the prevalence of Lunar Orcus, may not play it, but it's a really, really solid card, and like it won a lot of games. And you can summon the token in attack mode, and Borolo steal it, and attack the game.
That come up at all?
It did. I lost top 32 because of it. But
Orcus
still,
have also dropped Ibs, right, as well?
yeah, no one plays Ib, and like people just stop playing around it because people reduced it as well. And then 3 Phantasmes. Yeah, Phantasme is just broken. Not good against Lunar Orcus, but everything else, Draco and all other decks, it's so much value. Like stopping from targeting, it's pretty stable. Ash, the most staple one out of all of them, hurts every deck. You just shotgun this on like mostly the first card that Lunar activates. And 3 Impermanence. This is for mostly for Lunar Orcus, but it hits everything again. Like it hinders most decks, etc. And like you can, even if you've got a 6 card against a lot of decks, you can turn off a Dingrisu and then like attack over the. If you can like deal with like what's his name? Galatea, that's it. So that's the hand traps of the deck.
Any hand traps you'd play instead?
Potentially Crow going forwards, but Crow's not that great, only good against mostly Lunar Orcus. Everything else is a bit subpar against. Maybe I'll keep this depending on what variants going forward seems like the best, like what deck going forward seems the best. Anything? Okay, we're good. 3 Buffalo. It's like the best starter card. It draws you into your blowout side deck card. It draws you into traps. It draws you into like extenders. It's just everything you want from a salad card, but not a salad card. And 2 of us opted for Lady Debug, and 1 of us opted for Will. But Lady Debug is just another starter. There's nothing wrong with it. Even if you draw multiple starters, only contradicts with Foxy, but it's not even that bad. Like Buffalo can discard it if you need be, but it's just a 1-card starter, and like not many ogres are being played right now, so it's not bad. And for the one-offs, Falco, Gazelle, then one-offs, and the staples. I think no one can. Yeah, Falco's really good. Falco's really good. They're just good one-offs to search for silent minings for different situations. Falco has so much value. Just to play around Nibiru, a lot of times you just bounce the Gazelle, and then like you have the Gazelle for next turn with hand trap. My voice is going. And with hand traps, you can like stop them, and then you have enough next turn play to like push. 3 shiny Foxies. Foxy's like the best card. 3 Spinnies. Yes. 2 Jaguars, both for Sky Strikers, and we opt to play Desires as well. It's really good. And when you draw this in Gazelle, you just play around Nibiru completely by not going to Mirage Stalio, and you send Rage with this, and your 5th summon would be a Jaguar. Yeah, your 5th summon would be Jaguar, so you get the Gazelle back guaranteed. And even if the Nibiru, you have next time play with Gazelle, so that's fine. And then the 2 C Archivers, it's like a B-Tech Spinny, but like it synergizes with like Buffalo and stuff, so it's good. And it's really good because when your opponent summons to their zones, you can just summon it from your graveyard, and then if you overlay it, you can just, it's like double the value than a normal Spinny would get, for example. Because you summon it in your opponent's turn, and then you use it, and then you summon it again in your turn. And then we've got 3 Silent Minings. Pretty self-explanatory. You want to not brick, even though Thunder exists, but it's just still so much value card. And a lot of time it's not even bad to get ashed because you have enough cards, and your Gazelle doesn't get ashed, or your Circle doesn't get ashed, or your Desires or something like that. One circle, it's fine. 2-pot Desires. Chen, care to explain?
They convinced me that like there's a lot of winners in the deck, and we're struggling to fit in like starters, and we've also played 2-will in the deck as well. This is like really crucial to play around Nibiru, but we needed like maximum amount of hand traps, maximum amount of defensive cards that we could fit in. Like we even had to cut down Rage to 1 just because Nibiru's existence in the format. But like resolving double Desires in the deck literally kills off your engine no matter what. Even if you have like Gazelle, Jaguar, all of them in circulation, just because like Gazelle doesn't do anything anymore and Mirage Stallion doesn't do anything, so you're just like fighting on your last limbs basically.
Yeah, you have to stop them like Falco back with Jaguar and stuff just to survive.
Yeah. And then we got the 1 Sanctuary and one of each trap. Like trap, this used to be so broken, but with existent Nibiru, you don't want this Regeki break in your deck. When they Nibiru you, rather have strong interrupts like hand traps and like blowout cards like Nimbirus, for example. That's for the main deck, 40 cards main deck.
Is main deck any changes you'd make moving forward?
Like Salad changes a lot depending on what you expect. Mostly hand traps will change, and potential searcher cards might go up and down depending on the prevalence of different decks like Thunder and Orcus, and like cards that lose to Crescendo, for example. For the main extra deck, we got one shiny Apollo. Yes, flex. So Apollo comes up in 2 different situations. One for turn 3, so it's like almost a second dweller against like these Orcus decks. And it's also plays around Nibiru turn 3, because sometimes your turn 1 board plays around Nibiru, and then you can turn 3 set this up, and it's like really strong. But the mostly where it comes up is where you have Sunlight Wolf and you don't have any traps or any value to get back from the grave with Sunlight Wolf for add effect, so you just go Will, Send, Resurrect 2, and then you make this Apollo under the Sunlight Wolf, and then Sunlight Wolf just adds the Will back to hand, and then you just lose no value and you just get a free Apollo with 1 negates most of the time, which is really a lot of value, and a lot of decks just struggle against this. It's a free interrupt that you get, it's a lot of value. Borrowload, good still Nibiru tokens, good against Thunder Dragons. Like if they don't have their own Borrowload, this is like really tough for them to get rid of, because they need to multiple Titans to get rid of it, and even that, like the Titan's so small, like you can probably get rid of it. 1 Heater, it's pretty self-explanatory. 1 Phoenix, no one should ever play anything different from this. 3 Bailings, 3 Sunlight Wolf, 2 Helios. This is really good, pretty good. 1 Dweller, could play 2, could play another rank 4, maybe like Tornado or something, but like Sky Strikers, you don't really need it. You don't really get into rank 4s with like, and if you do, you can just make Apollo now. It's not that dire. 2 Marad Stalios. Personally, I think this could be cut to 1, but if there was a better card in extract, maybe, but maybe for like a Mega Fleet or something, because to play around Nibiru a lot, you sometimes just don't make this at all, and then you just go straight into the Sunlight Wolf just to get the value of the add straight away as your 5th summon instead of just not summoning Marad Stalio. But 2 comes up because if you do make it, you always rather shuffle in a reincarnated Sunlight Wolf rather than a Marad Stalio into deck. So it's just because this is what grinds. This isn't like important to grind necessarily. You rather have 2. So that's it for the extra deck. For the side deck, 2 John Lockbirds. This was mainly for Lunite Orcust, and obviously it spreads to Endymion and Pendulum list that play like high draw power and etc. But so Lunite, if they don't draw the nutty hand of Chick, Tiger, and they draw a bunch of searchers, bunch of dangers, this can hinder them a lot because this stops the Falcon from searching and stuff like that. It's like the worst blowout hand trap against them. The other better ones are Freelanciers. Gnome is really good, but the thing about Salad is you always want cards that you can side in going first and going second, because sometimes you only can set up engine and they're interrupt, so you want cards like this that can hit them going first and going second. And then for going first against any of the Orcus variants, the absolute MVP of the weekend for me was the Artifact package, because even with Desires, especially against Orcus deck, you don't really care about banishing this, because you summon this, get the value off of Sunlight Wolf to add back a fire, and tribute it off, and then that gets you there basically. And like Scythe was just so good against Thunder Dragon, against every deck that summons from Hex deck. It's only not good against Sky Strikers, but every other deck, going first, second against Salad, you side it in, because if you're on with an Nibiru or you manage to break the board and you flip this, just game over. Even if you don't, you just flip this, 22 beat 6, so you usually don't have a monster bigger than 22, and then they can't get rid of it, and then it just sticks, and then yeah, you maybe have a next turn, you might be able to break the board. And then for back row removal and for like Sky Striker, 3 Cyclones and 3 Typhoons. So Typhoon works out as a hand trap against Pendulums, and just because you're able to hit an Endymion, a Servant, and you can hit the low scales and stuff like that. And the big thing compared to Ogre is if they activate Chronograph effect, you're forced to Ogre the Chronograph, because as soon as they get Time Goes on board, you're not able to hit the Servant. But when they activate Chronograph effect, you can just chain this and then pop the Servant, and then you just get the value of that, get rid of a Servant. Whereas if this was an Ogre against Time Gazer on Chronograph, you have to Ogre the Time Gazer, the Chronograph, and then they'll be able to resolve the Servant, and you probably lose at that point. And obviously against Striker and any of Floodgates deck, this works out the same as MST, and it's a hand trap, so it's like really good to hold. So yeah.
Cool. You all think you made the right choice?
I scrubbed that horribly, so.
But like, was you happy with Salamangreat? Would you go back into the event and play the same deck again?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah?
It's a solid deck. It's all round deck, the safest deck. And like, I lost so many dice rolls over the weekend, but it didn't matter. I think I've only won 3 out of 12 rounds, and then yeah, I managed just because my deck has so much hand traps, and I'm able to stop everyone. Like, that's why I didn't want to play any of these like Pendulums, for example, or Orcus, or any of these decks that have these high variance and high dice roll. But like, if you lose die roll, you kind of lose the game.
And what the matchups like?
Mostly I beat a lot of Moonlight Orcus, 4 Salad Mirrors, 2 Sky Strikers. There's a lot of random different decks. It's such an open format. That's why I couldn't go in with like one deck. It's like safe to have the most all-round deck, which Salad is, and for yeah, it's the most all-round deck.
Cool. Anything else to add?
Yeah, shout outs to Tier 0 Games.
Yeah, looking at the new kit, guys.
Check
Chen
out-
is just up to the eyeballs.
Tier 0.
Shouts to Zero Shorts.
What's the discount code, mate?
Sorry?
Discount code.
5 self on TZ0 for any and all cards you've just seen in the video, and many, many more.
Or you can just go tier 05. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Is there any other shout outs, guys?
No.
No? Nice. Good luck next time.